Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Digital World Partners. And here we are with another edition of teaching you something new about digital marketing. And today we have my guest from the United States, LA, California, my good friend, Mr. Joey Gabra.
Hey, everybody.
Joey, how you doing today?
Very good, sir. How you doing?
Very, very, very good. Always a pleasure to see you. Because every time I see you, I learn something new and I just lose it. So, I just wanted to get on camera for a much larger audience. What do you got for me today? What can you tell me?
The reason I think I'm here right now is I've made 2016 the year that I want to start educating people more about what we do and how they can benefit from not only what my company can provide, but more or less from developing better strategy for the mobile market and the technology that's available to them and the solutions in general.
Right.
And so, what we're about as a company has always been monetizing mobile traffic,
which you do very well,
which we've done quite well so far. And but their solutions get stale. The world changes. We need to adapt. More people are getting into the business, and we want to help them maximize their potential in more ways than just the old-fashioned give me your traffic and I'll find fun things to do with it.
Okay.
We want to help them build a better, stronger mobile strategy.
Okay. So maybe let's just start off with an example. Somebody comes to you and say, "Hey, I got this product. It's going to be perfect for the mobile industry. I know how to develop that product or that service. Okay, but now I got to get it out there. What do I need to know to do that very, very well?"
There's a number of things. It's a broad enough question, but what it comes down to fundamentally are the product, how we're going to sell it, how we're going to, choosing your price points correctly, what the geographic locations that work best for that particular product.
Right.
And more so, depending on the type of product, the variables, whether it comes in the category of business that it lays into, will depend also on regulation and compliance. There's certain things you might be allowed to do, certain types of products.
Okay. So let's go for an easy example. One of the things that you see a lot of.
We see a lot of that works well. We have a particular product now called cloudvideos.fr. It's almost a television channel with a bunch of different subset of categories, from sports to entertainment, comedy, the whole nine yards. It works great.
Kind of stuff as well.
It's a number, all the kind of things you find on television.
All right.
It's by no means some revolutionary new type of product, but we built it well. And it implements our technology. It has our billing solutions in place, which is where the magic happens. In terms of what our interests are. But what tends to work best, but what sort of brings us into where the juggle happens, is we launched this product. People love watching anything on their mobile devices. We need to find an effective way for them to pay for it.
Right.
And to keep a product like that online and working and making money for us and our affiliates and everybody else under the sun, there are rules that we need to abide by, and that's why we built this giant team of my moderators and the whole nine yards that help us kind of figure that stuff out and make sure that we're doing right by everybody.
So basically what you're saying is that the monetization strategy, the billing strategy, the way to build a customer is an integral part of the strategy of putting out the product. You can have a nice product, but the importance of making money off of it is highly stressed on having a very convenient, easy way for people to pay for it.
100%.
And that's the carrier billing.
That's carrier billing in a nutshell. It's a good, fast, efficient, and effective way of collecting money from a user.
Right.
And the big thing you got to remember when you're dealing with people who are paying for any sort of digital goods, especially on a mobile device where it's a little bit more difficult to have to type in your name, the credit card, billing, and all this junk. You want to cater to that impulse buy. You don't want to give them too much time to lose interest in whatever it is they're about to pay for. So carrier billing, thus far, makes it even more. It's extra gravy on what we're doing.
Maybe you could tell us a little bit about where carrier billing is really prevalent, let's say.
Yep.
Because outside, I know in North America, it's not.
Correct.
Okay? But when you're talking outside of North America, oh my God, what a huge markets there are out there. And for most people who are coming from a North American audience, will probably be surprised to hear, what are your top countries when it comes to carrier billing?
It is interesting to me that we got the carrier billing solutions got scrapped in the U.S. Due to just high level of complaints, which you can imagine what happens when a kid steals their mom's phone, starts buying games, starts doing silly things they shouldn't be doing on the phones. They're going to call and complain, my kid did this, my kid did that, and the mobile carriers are obligated to refund that money.
Okay.
It doesn't work like it does in credit cards where it's a chargeback. I've got my money already, so the mobile companies are the ones that kind of have to eat that, and that's not really fair to them. So in the U.S. they said, we're done. We don't need it that much anyways. So fast forward now, that was years ago. Fast forward now, we start capitalizing on all these other countries outside of North America, and Europe and South America, and even some of the odds and ends in weird parts of Asia and Africa really depend greatly on carrier billing. Depending on economy, some people just don't have credit cards,
right,
or bank accounts and things like that. Depending on where a place like Europe, where people have grown very accustomed to having mobile billing and carrier billing.
And credit cards are not very prevalent
not at all
in Europe.
It's completely backwards. They prefer carrier billing because, one, it's safer. Two, it's more convenient. It's private. It's a little bit more. There's a lot, and again, it caters to that impulse buy. So there's a number of reasons why carrier billing's so much more beneficial, and especially, like you said, in these other territories outside of North America, they prefer it for 100 reasons.
Very good to know for people planning to launch products, on a global scale. You got to think of, convenience of paying first.
Totally. And we don't, here in the U.S., we don't know that that's even an option anymore, carrier billing, which is interesting. And, we're so accustomed to paying by every other alternative solution, whether it's PayPal, Bankwire, who knows
we hear all over the news, Apple Pay, PayPal,
Apple
whatever.
Pay, blah, blah, blah. So, it's interesting because you get to the other side of the ocean and that's all they know, more or less. Which is kind of cool.
And for developing countries, this must be amazing as well because
it's huge.
Take South Africa, Brazil, whatever. Not everybody has a computer.
Internet connection, So that's a great point. You go to some of these really interesting sort of developing countries. They don't have a computer. They can't afford the internet in general. It's just I think it's something like 11% of the South African community, or 11 or 15% roughly, have the internet. The others are living on their old flip phones still.
Yeah.
It's data. Any old flip phone with a data line, is where they get their information, their internet, the whole 9 yards. It's very interesting stuff.
Okay, and if a carrier billing is rocking and rolling in these kind of countries, and we've never heard of, and it's unheard of for us, or people in North America are so bombarded by credit card, and that's how we were growing up. We were born with that practically, and you get outside of North America, and that's just not the case.
Correct.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so tell me something about, if someone's coming to you and say, okay, I want to put out this product, oh my God, you guys are talking to me about carrier billing, I never heard of it, I want to go get into it. Is someone going to go and get into that on their own? Or are they better off going with a company that's established? Because it sounds to me that there's a lot of work involved.
Yes.
In terms of, okay, if you deal with one country, let's say there's Italy, let's say, and there's carrier number one, let's say it's Vodafone. Okay, that probably requires some kind of work to get that authorization.
Yeah.
And then you got to do that same amount of work again for each O2 or whoever else is in it. That sounds like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, right? You've got to go to each individual carrier, show them the service you're hoping to apply to it.
Right.
They'll need to approve it, which that process in itself can take up to 6 months per carrier. We've spent, my company has been around now going on about 13 years. And that first 5 or 6 years, we were spending it getting ourselves hooked up to these mobile carriers, developing these relationships, and then you've only just started hearing about my company for the last 5 or 6 years.
True.
Out of our 13-year lifespan, because of all the hard work that went into building those carrier relationships and getting us and building the technology to allow us to work with them. So the answer is, it's always going to be better if the user can get their own carrier relationships directly going, but it will take them forever. So yes,
it's going to come at a cost.
It's going to come at a major cost.
And time is a major cost.
Which is why we're here. Now, you like you said, you fast track all that by just coming to the experts who already have the connections you need. We can move things along quite.
And tell me one more thing. If I go to a carrier and I say, okay, I go through all this effort to say, okay, now I got a billing solution with that carrier. When do I get paid?
So if you get paid, that's a sweet one. So typically the good carriers, the ones that we all know and love, the Vodafones, the T-Mobiles, the big boys, there's about a 90 to 120 day payment cycle. So they'll collect all that money. And
we're definitely not used to that in North America.
Oh, yeah. And, so until then, the bigger kind, that's another big part of why it's not ideal for you to go out there and just start looking for your own carrier solution, because
especially if I don't have a product that's proven yet. I want to get started. I want to see something's working, I can't go and wait 6 months.
And you have to cash flow 3 to 4 months until those guys decide to pay us. I'm cash flowing everything I'm doing in terms of maintaining the business, paying out my affiliates, and so on and so forth. Then I get paid, and 9 out of 10 times we get paid. It's not, but they do make you sweat.
Okay.
So you have to be able to do all that, and that's why you come to us. We can cash flow things. We can manage the carrier relations better.
So I'm a guy. I come up with a new product or service, whatever. I want to sell it in some of the countries that carrier billing is prevalent. It'll take way too long for me to try to get those contracts myself and whatnot.
Correct.
Agreements in place. And I just want, like most people, they want to growth hack. They want to see minimum viable product as fast as possible.
Yep.
And let's see if we're making some money. We're going to put more effort into this.
Yep.
So I'm much better off going to somebody like you.
Yep.
You have all the relationships, great. So I could test on a scale that makes some sense.
Correct.
And I get paid faster than if I was going to go to carrier myself.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Get paid every month.
All right, what's the downside?
Yeah, no.
Is there a downside?
Well, it's the big thing that, and not that there is a downside by any stretch, but it's a good question, because there is the work that comes with it. There's what I'm very big on now,
right?
Is because the potential downsides are huge, and that's why I come in saying now, Nigel, 2016, this is going to be our year to inform people. Mm-hmm. The downside is I'm asking you all to take time to learn and understand better what we're doing. You have to do that. If you can even call that a downside, it just means you need to give up a little time so that you can get a lot more information that's useful. And I want to be a part of that. So I want to contribute to everybody having a better understanding of what we are as a business and this whole ecosystem that we're trying to keep, so that we can all work better together.
So tell me something. Do you have any plans of doing something that would educate people, that have them informed before they get to yourself?
I'm glad you asked that question.
I just saw it was a natural one.
So I've been working for some time now on something that, for lack of a better term, we've been calling it our university, of such an online area. It's a hub, really, for information about what I want people to know about. I think people need to know about. We call it Mobidemics. And Mobidemics is virtually this sort of online, this site for people to go and communicate and learn and obtain information. I've got the forum built in. I've got blogs that are going to be great articles from a lot of really high-level guests that I'm going to ask to write up some articles for us.
Oh, nice.
We're going to be producing a lot of our own tutorial content and trying to keep it relevant and informative and unbiased. So I want everybody to be able to gather so much information out of it that they can just make informed decisions. And if that comes back to me in the form of business, great. Or else if it goes to somebody else, if other people that do what I do can benefit from it, in an indirect way, we can all kind of benefit from it. You know what I mean? So I'm happy to help other people do better in their businesses as well, if that's what the university will do for us. That'll be my main objective. Is to.
Is this site available right now?
It's online. It's very new, so we're still a little low on material, but it's ready. Mobidemics.com.
All right.
And as we go, as of probably, I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks, we'll start really filling it up with some really neat stuff and get people using it more and engaging with the other interested entrepreneurs that want to learn how to make the best out of this.
Well, I like that idea. So basically what we're saying is starting February 2016, we should start to see a ramp up of content that's going onto the site.
Big time.
All right.
It's just a big, awesome educational tool, I hope. And I think that's going to be the next best thing for everybody out here to make the best of whatever business they're trying to get into, and in digital media, more or less, So that's kind of my interest in it.
Well, as I know you, everything that you touch, it comes out like, high quality work. So I'm looking forward to seeing this, because I still have a lot of education to get on these kind of payment solution. So that's going to be, I'll be one of your first few
awesome.
people.
Yeah, you know what? I'm excited too.
Subscribe to
I think I'm going to learn a lot from it. I can't wait to see what everybody else is going to contribute to that site. So I think, I'm excited.
All right, great stuff. Well, listen, for any of you that want to learn some more about mobile carrier and billing solutions, want to get some more information off of Joey, please click on the link on our video, and we'll get you in contact so you can get sorted out and hopefully get moving and making something happen when it comes to mobile carrier billing.
Thank you, sir.
Joey, thank you very much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.